Imagine two critics seated in a dimly lit theater, the stage aglow with the final act of a gripping play. One critic, steeped in tradition, views the performance through the lens of classical theater, while the other, a champion of modernity, sees the same scene as a radical interpretation of an age-old story. In this theater of life, where the world is a stage and all of us are merely players, a single situation can be perceived in contrasting lights. Thus, our story unfolds, not in the realm of right and wrong, but in the spectrum of perspectives, where a single decision can lead to a myriad of outcomes. Consider this: a young playwright pens a controversial script. A seasoned director, known for his conservative approach, sees it as a reckless move. He believes it could irreparably damage the reputation of their theater company. However, an ambitious producer views it as an opportunity, a chance to shake things up, to challenge the status quo, and to bring about a revolution in the theater world. The director, in his wisdom, urges caution, but the producer, driven by his ambition, decides to go ahead with the production. The play is a success, a box office hit, but the repercussions are far from pleasant. The controversial themes spark outrage among the conservative audience, leading to a backlash that threatens to close down the theater for good. What started as a bold decision, a risk taken in the spirit of artistic freedom, gradually spirals into a sinister outcome. The theater, once a beacon of hope for aspiring artists, now stands on the brink of extinction. The producer's ambition, initially seen as a driving force, now appears as a monstrous entity, an evil that devours the very essence of the theater. The backlash intensifies. Protests erupt. The theater is vandalized. The young playwright, the director, and the producer find themselves at the center of a storm, their identities lost in the chaos. They become faceless figures, the John Jane Does of the theater world, their names forgotten, their contributions reduced to a single controversial play. As the curtains fall and the lights dim, the once vibrant theater plunges into darkness. The faint echo of applause is replaced by the ominous silence. The warm glow of the stage lights gives way to the cold emptiness. The theater, once alive with the sound of music, the laughter of the audience, the magic of performances, is now just a hollow shell of its former self. But even in this darkness, there is a sensory experience that lingers, a feeling that refuses to fade away. Close your eyes and you can still feel the velvet of the theater seats, the rough texture of the playbills. You can still touch the memories of the performances that once graced the stage. And in that touch, in that feeling, lies the hope of a resurrection, the promise of a new beginning, a reminder that the show must go on. And so our story ends, not with a tragic conclusion, but with a lingering sensation, a sensory experience that leaves a lasting impression. In the theater of life, the final act is never the end. It's merely the beginning of a new performance.